The U.S. Army's electronic warfare portfolio is maturing with critical electronic warfare capabilities scheduled for fielding or prototyping in the next year. The service is in the midst of a multi-year effort to rebuild its capabilities, after largely not investing in those platforms since the end of the Cold War. Through several new platforms, soldiers at the brigade level and higher will receive systems that will enable them to do electronic sensing and attack, as well as give commanders a better understanding of the electronic environment on the battlefield. Closest to fielding is the Army's Electronic Warfare Planning and Management Tool (EUPM), designed to allow a commander to better understand and visualize the electromagnetic spectrum on the battlefield during an operation. That should, in theory, lead to better planning choices and decisions on which system to apply to any given situation. Program Manager for Electronic Warfare and Cyber at Program Executive Office Intelligence, Electronic Warfare and Sensors, said that EUPM is expected to request a full deployment decision at the end of the current fiscal year with initial fielding scheduled for FY23. The initial plan is to upgrade units with earlier versions of EUPM to the full kit. Up until EUPM, we had no way to really understand and visualize the spectrum, whether that is the current environment from the commercial activity that's out, or blue friendly communications and red enemy communications. A commander will be able to understand the environment and he'll be able to do mission planning so that when he's planning an operation he can understand how the spectrum and the terrain will be able to impact his ability to that operation. EUPM will be used by brigades or higher formations initially, but noted that the requirements keep expanding. As the program moves forward, EUPM will add new capabilities such as connecting to new sensors, completing new modeling and analysis, or the ability to understand different parts of the electronic environment. The Army is also working on a pair of systems called the Terrestrial Layer Systems that will deliver integrated electronic warfare and cyber capabilities to soldiers on the battlefield. The TLS Brigade Combat Team program will give soldiers integrated electronic warfare, cyber, and signals intelligence capabilities at the brigade level. The program is looking to integrate the platform onto Strykers, armored multi-purpose vehicles and, eventually, for infantry brigade combat teams. In September, the Army chose Lockheed Martin to move forward with the Stryker configuration over Digital Receiver Technology, a Boeing subsidiary. The program office has a planned operational assessment in late FY23 that will provide data on the program's readiness to transition to production and fielding. For infantry brigades, the office is deciding whether soldiers need a vehicle-mounted system or a man-packable one. There's force structure growth. The Army is investing in new electronic warfare soldiers, and they are heading out to the field. Notably, the layer system will include EUPM on board. POUNS is also developing another electronic warfare system for Army formations larger than a brigade through a program called TLS Echelons Above Brigade. That program has just started to get off the ground because the lapse in approved appropriations prevented new programs from beginning. As the Army shifts back to divisions as the unit of action after decades of operating primarily at the brigade level, EU capabilities will be needed by higher-level formations such as divisions, corps or theater armies, as well as the service's multi-domain task force, which will need longer-range EU capabilities. The program is in its first phase, which will include concept development and initial design. That includes defining what the requirements are at each echelon and establishing the best technical approaches. Overall timelines for the program aren't clear yet. As for the kit each echelon will receive, Strayer expects it's likely that different formations above brigade will receive different capabilities, but would likely have a shared common core with different sensors and effectors. There's some advantages in having one configuration for all in terms of cost of production, but we were learning that the specific targets and the ranges are different, and that's going to necessitate to have some different technologies on board to get at the problem.